Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 230 of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. Always remember for the latest weekly news of the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college sports, and WNBA, this is the podcast to be. I have wide receiver of the College of Dupage Chaparrals football team, Ty Carlson. Ty, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get started. What first got you into football?
I would say the first thing that got me into football was definitely just playing around my friends as a kid. Basketball was originally my first sport for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to go to the NBA at first. Basketball was kind of my first sport, but then quickly in elementary school, I realized once I started playing football, I was way better at football. Like
Hey,
football just came naturally to me, so I chose that.
nice. And who's your inspiration growing up from the defensive side and the offensive
I
side of
would
football?
say like when I first started watching football, definitely my favorite player to watch was Devin Hester on the Bears.
Oh man.
Yeah, just wild to kick returns, all that. Just the way he played the game, all that. And then receiver, because that's the position I play. The guy that kind of made me want to play receiver was on the Bears as well, Brandon Marshall. He was definitely a big part of why I play the game that I do today. And if
Man.
I would have to pick a defensive player growing up, I wouldn't say anybody really. Maybe Charles Tillman. I really liked him a lot on the Bears. A whole lot of Bears players because that's what I grew up watching. So, but more, I would say more offensive and like playmakers like Devin Hester and Brandon Marshall were the reasons.
All right, so tell us a little bit. What was it like playing for Oswego East High School?
So playing football at Oswego East, it was fun. I'll say it was definitely a fun time. Could have done a little bit more football in it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like my first 2 years, I wasn't really like taking football as serious as I should have. I was
Uh,
having fun with the guys, all that kind of stuff. But like quickly, my sophomore year, played 7-on-7 football, and then I got moved up to varsity. So I knew I had to take that serious with my grades and all that. Once the coaches were telling me all that kind of good stuff. My
mhm.
junior and senior year on varsity we were a really good team. We definitely played well. We had a lot of talent on there, but sometimes we just couldn't win games. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yeah.
likes to blame those kind of high school games on the coaches, but
Mhm.
it's on the guys out there for sure. Like we had the athletes to win all the games and all that kind of good stuff. We just didn't execute sometimes. But I had a great time playing football in high school for sure.
That's actually a good point. A little reference was my junior year, because I was an offensive lineman.
Hmm.
My junior year in high school, we only had like one win on our varsity team,
Yeah.
and then everyone kept saying like, "Oh, the same guys are like, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Well, collectively as a team,
Yeah,
we weren't really
everybody has to have that togetherness or that buy-in process if a team actually wants to win. Like a
exactly."
coach can only do so much at the end of the day, but preach to you guys and speak to you certain rules. But then it's what you guys do about it. Are you guys going to follow those rules? Are you guys going to be disciplined? Listen to coach when he does certain things like that.
And at the same time, it also, I feel like what some don't really remember is that it has to be like a full team collective. Like it's not just a one
It
man
take all
show.
11 guys out there at the field every single time if you
All
want to get the goal done.
all 11 guys, even on the sidelines,
Yeah,
because
100%. You need
when
that
they
energy
step
on the
up.
sidelines at all time.
All right. So after Oswego East High School, can you give us like what was the process of looking like at colleges on who to play for?
So,
And how did COD come
okay,
to
so I
mind?
didn't. COD was not the first college that I was at. When
Oh,
I graduated high school, I committed to Northern State University in South Dakota. It's a Division II
ooh,
school in South Dakota, and I
really?
went up there for a semester. I didn't play. I redshirted. I didn't really like it a lot. Like the biggest thing, I came home after that semester. I would say the biggest reason that I came home was my mental health was kind of low. I was 13 hours away from home. I didn't have a roommate my first year of college,
What?
and then I wasn't playing as well. So it was
Oh,
kind of just
dang.
like, and you know, it's the regular college experience. Sometimes some people like to just go out and have fun with their friends, just see if there's a party at a house. Like I
Yeah.
remember the one time we didn't have a game. I was like, okay, maybe I'll see if there's a party or something. Where I was all the way in South Dakota, like I said, nope, nothing.
Oh,
Everybody was like,
dang.
we just sit in the house and we just do nothing. So like
That's
that whole first
crazy.
semester, like all the weekends, I would just sit in my dorm and I'd play the game and be on the phone with my guys from back home.
Oh,
So it
dang.
was bad. So then I ended up coming home, taking one semester off football, worked for a little bit, and then I ended up coming here because my hometown is only about 35 minutes from here.
Ooh.
So I ended up coming here right away, and it worked out ever since. It's been really well.
Nice. And can you give a quick explanation to the audience? What does red shirt mean for the audience who may not understand?
Redshirting is when you get to a university and coaches, they may either think you're not ready to play or you don't fit the physical type So the reason that I didn't play right away and I redshirted was because they had three senior guys there already that were starting, and there was kind of no way that a freshman could go and play over them when they had 1 year left. Some guys may have to redshirt because they don't weigh enough walking into schools, and their coaches want them to meet certain weight limits. Some guys don't; they're not big enough, they're not strong enough, they're not understanding how to. For my position, say you don't know how to run routes as well or catch the ball as well, they can redshirt you for a year so you don't lose a year of eligibility for football. So you can take that year to develop your skills, put on weight, learn the playbook, and all that stuff. So that next year when you come back, you could be the guy that they can trust.
Very nice. So you were part of the 2023 championship.
Yep.
You were also part of last year's championship
Yes,
and
I
then
was.
2022. So what was it like to bring three straight championships to
Well,
College of Dupage?
I was part of two championships.
Oh,
I
I'm
was part of
sorry.
last year's and 23.
And
But the feeling of winning a national championship is second to none. Like you put in all the work all season, you're getting here in June. We start up in June. Some guys don't start up till July or August. We're here in the hot weather in the summer, putting in all that work. So when that game finally gets there, the stakes are higher. You put in all that work at practice to prepare for a moment like that, and to see it actually all pay off with the guys that you've been doing this with. We like to call the JUCO grind. We like to call it a trauma bond with everybody. So like no matter what, like when you go to
trauma.
university, all that kind of stuff, it's a little different because the guys that we're
Eh,
here with, we're trying to get out. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
trauma bond. So like when you win that stuff with everybody, it's really like a special moment. And to do
Nah.
that twice is nice. And I know we're gonna do that for a third time again this year.
Yes, sir. Um, what advice has Coach Ram gave for every single all of you guys to be like good leaders, like on and off the
I
field?
would say the biggest thing that Coach Ron does for preaching to us is teaching us not even out on the football field. I would say teaching us how to be men in life. You know what I mean? He always
Mhm.
preaches to us that some of these guys here, like I said a couple minutes ago, will be our best friends in life. We'll be at our weddings and stuff like that. He disciplines us on a lot of things that guys would like to get mad at or say, "Oh, coach is tripping about this," or "Coach is tweaking about that." And I mean, I've said that a couple times too, because obviously I'm a player for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, his job is to shape us as men for when we get out of here in the future and how we'll deal with everything in life, not just football. So that's maybe that's a job, a business deal, a transaction, starting a family, all that kind of good stuff. So I would say the biggest thing that he's done is prepare us for the real world and discipline for sure.
How have you tried to like show them like like how to do this, how to do that, like just to basically be like good
So
leaders
I'll
off
say
of the
if we go
field?
out to practice right away, I try to just get them to just watch me, obviously being a leader on the team and being there for years, and I know a lot of things to do. I like to have them just watch first to see, and then if they get it already, like some guys, like this kid named Jake, freshman on the team, he came in right away and he understood a lot of things right away. Like he
Ooh.
was playing right behind me, he understood. He didn't complain about things. When there's something like say there's a play that he doesn't really know about, he's going to quick to ask a question before he goes in and messes up. I feel like a lot of young guys' big mistakes are they just get out there to asking questions because they want to get a rep, but they don't know what they're doing or what the coaches are looking for, so they mess up right away. So I
Yeah.
say the freshmen that come in here and play right away, they do what the coaches want. They don't get in trouble, obviously. They listen to
Yeah.
Coach Ron's discipline rules that he teaches us, and then they just keep their head down, and that's why they get out on the field right away.
All right. So after finishing the regular season 7-2 and with a bye week heading into the championship, what's the mindset heading into the championship? And at the time of this recording, from when we last talked, it's either North Dakota, Minnesota, or
It's either
and
North Dakota or Rochester, and they're
Rochester.
both in the Minnesota Conference, and they're playing this Sunday at 1:30 to see whoever wins that game will play us in the national championship game.
Okay. What's the mindset coming into the
I
championship?
would say the mindset going into the championship is we control it all because one of the teams we've played, we beat already, and it's hard to beat a good team twice.
Yes.
So I would say staying
I agree.
focused at practice all day because we have some time off before the championship game. My first year here, we had about like 3 weeks off before the championship game.
3 weeks?
Last year, last year we just had a game for the playoffs, and then we had the national championship the week after that. So we were kind of in season mode. So we're kind of off again, like my first year. So the biggest thing is definitely staying focused at practice, not getting lackadaisical, and keeping like keeping the big task at hand because it's one game at the end of the day, ultimately for all the marbles. So
So for anyone for any like young football player, like who's undecided about college or wants to get into the pros but aren't sure,
Mhm.
what is your advice to all the young men out there?
I would say to the young men out there that are playing football or unsure, the 100%, first of all, the biggest thing, you got to be willing to do that schoolwork. You need to get those grades right. If you think you're going to go to a big time school like these SEC schools or any of the other schools, they're going to ask your grades. And if you don't fit that, they're not even going to care about your athletic ability, all of that stuff. Second, you have to talk to yourself about how much you really love the game. Because there's going to be, as soon as you get to the next level in college, it's going to be you wake up 5 a.m. You're not getting home till 9 p.m. some days. And it's going to be meetings, lunch, lifting, practice, more meetings, more lifting, all of that stuff. And it's going to be 6 days a week, sometimes seven, depending on what school you're at. So,
All right. Is there also anything you would like to throw out to the College of DuPage fans
um,
before we
to the
end the
College of the
story?
Phase fans, I would just say your guys' support is great. The community, we love everything that you guys do for us, especially at that homecoming game. You guys really showed out with all the extra activities, all that, the games, and all that good stuff. So I would just say keep showing that support and keep showing up over the year, or not over the years, over the month. And we hope to see as many people as possible at the national championship game for sure, because we're going to get the job done for you guys. It's December 6th at
All
noon.
right.
It'll be here.
December 6th at noon. Come support the Chaparrals. Be there. All right. Ty, thank you so much for joining.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
All
Am I
right.
good?
Yep. And then this concludes episode 230 of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. Always remember for the latest weekly news of the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college sports, and WNBA, this is the podcast to be. Have a good evening, everybody. Stay
Thank you,
tuned for
guys. Have a good night.
stay tuned for episode number 231. Peace.